Hi, my name is Miriah Meyer, and I'm a faculty member in the School of Computing at the University of Utah. My research lives at the interface of computer science and biology, where I design interactive visualization systems that help biologists make sense of their data and to answer complex questions. One such question is, how do you compare a human and a lizard? My collaborator, Manfred is tackling this question by comparing the human genome to that of the lizard and looking for regions of similarity between the two. Ultimately, he hopes that these sorts of comparisons will shed light on how our genome encodes who we are. Manfred and I worked together for several months to develop a tool called MISBE. And MISBE was designed to support data like Manfred's, data that is complex, multidimensional, and multi-scale. And it is the first tool to fully support this kind of comparative genomics data. Now in this view, the outer ring shows the human genome, while the inner ring shows that of the lizard. The inner ring also contains one user-selected human chromosome, which emanates the set of lines. And each one of those lines represents a region of similarity between the two genomes. Manfred and I worked together for several months while he was struggling to make sense of his computational results. Here's the first data set that he loaded into MISBE. He told me that when he saw this, he was incredibly shocked, as he had no idea how much noise his model was producing, that there were so many lines going to different places. So he spent a couple of weeks tweaking parameters in his model, and he was able to get to this point. At this point, he took a completely different approach and developed a brand new model, and that model gave him this data set. I asked him how long it would have taken him to make this breakthrough using the tools he had available to him prior to MISBE. He told me, honestly, I don't think I would ever have gotten here. Now today, many biologists are just like Manfred and relying on both computational and visualization tools to make scientific discoveries. But for most of those biologists, their visualization toolbox is made up of just broadly available tools that were designed for overarching questions. And when I talk to these biologists, what I hear over and over again is that even though they can load their data into these tools, they rarely give them answers to their specific questions. In contrast, the tools that I design are nimble and specific. And I focus on creating representations of data that match the mental models of my collaborators and providing interfaces that are as simple as possible. My philosophy is that the less my users have to think about the tool, the more time they can spend thinking about their science. Now, despite the focused natures of these projects, this approach to research has broader impacts in several dimensions. In biology, my collaborators are changing their methods. They're seeing unexpected things in data that lead to new hypotheses, experiments, and discoveries. And these discoveries are informing what we know about evolution, how our genome works, and how to improve our lives and our health. And in computer science, this approach explores a whole new paradigm of collaboration, one that focuses on designing for the user instead of for the technology. In my research, I use these projects to probe deeper questions like, what are the individual visualization pieces that we should put together for more generalizable systems? Or can we articulate a clear process for designing effective visualization tools? Now today, understanding biological data holds the promise of unlocking the mysteries of life. And as biologists are redefining scientific discovery in this information age, thoughtful visualizations have the potential to support, to engage, and to influence these scientists. But to do so, we have to move beyond thinking that visualization is just about pretty pictures, and to instead embrace that it is really a deep investigation into sense-making. Thank you.